Hey everyone, MTash here, and I've been playing around on all the different subclasses, all the different classes, using different exotics, trying to decide which class I want to main going into Witch Queen. Now, as a content creator, I'll be playing all of them and hunting down the exotics, the glaives, everything for all classes. But there is one class that I want to play above all else. Now, I want to give you my thought process here. I want to talk about the Titan, I want to talk about the Warlock, I want to talk about the Hunter. I see pros and cons for all of them, but there's one class that stands out above all the rest. Now, when I say I'm not going to be playing on Hunter, I just mean I don't think I'm going to prioritize it first. I like Hunter, it's cool and all, but I have been playing it a lot recently, and I like variety. So even though I enjoy the Hunter, I might play it a little bit less going into Witch Queen, because I want to try out the other ones and just enjoy them and feel a bit different in my PvP and PvE activities. Now, my Hunter, I think, is pretty well built overall. I've got quite a few good options, and for whatever reason, the gear I get is always, super spiky. Just good stats overall. I can min-max here and there. I've got, multiple different builds, and I'm really happy with some of the exotics that I have on this Hunter. But for whatever reason, even with Void 3.0, I know that it's going to change these things, but the invis smoke bomb kind of stuff isn't as interesting to me as Devour, as the Bubble, as the Sentinel. I just don't know how excited I am about playing Void Hunter for the 3.0 stuff. I can still use other stuff, right? I still like the Arc subclasses. I like jumping and doing some Arc Strider stuff, but I don't know. I think the Hunter is going to go on the back burner just a little bit, even if it is amazing. Now, I think that the Titan is going to be fantastic in PvE, but Void for PvP is a little meh. So I think I'll play a lot of the Titan, the Void 3.0 Titan, in PvE, doing maybe some solo dungeons and things like that. But for PvP, I'd probably go on some of the other classes anyways, because I'm just not super thrilled with what's coming for Void. But maybe there's some aspects in there that are going to change my mind, right? There are some really cool things coming for the Void 3.0 on the Titan, and until I can dabble with all of it, it's tough to say. But I'm viewing this class more as a PvE class, more than a PvP class at this time. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong, right? We got Doomfang Pauldrons, we've got some other exotics that might work nicely with this. But for right now, this one is not my main. So why Warlock? Now, obviously with the Void 3.0 stuff, I'm very excited for the Warlock, and seeing what can be done with Devour and all these other aspects. I think that this class has some of the highest potential for using and abusing exotics. We've got the Nezarec, even the Apotheosis Veil, the Skull of Dire Ahamkara. I want to try a bunch of these different exotics and just see how nutty we can make the builds. There's also a new exotic with boots that gives you Devour when using your Rift, and I see a ton of potential here for this subclass. And when you pair it with things like the Teraba SMG, I think you could get some fun Devour builds going where you're just shredding enemies and running through content. The other thing, too, is the Ophidian aspect is one of my favorite exotics in-game right now because of the ready speed, the reload, the melee range. This is one of the most stacked exotics in the game right now, especially with some of the nerfs to shotgunning, and I personally love this exotic, and I understand that the Dragon Shadow on Hunter kind of does a similar thing with the ready speed and all that, but Ophidian aspect is my crutch right now. I feel like I'm addicted to the feeling of it, but also, the Transversive Steps are an awesome exotic. I've got some pretty good ones, and then Lunafaction Boots can be amazing as well for PvE. And that's the thing, is even if I'm not playing the Void subclasses, I've got options with the Solar subclasses and using things like Phoenix Protocol, and I just like the playstyle overall. If Void isn't working, I can swap over to the Dawnblade, have a ton of movement. I also have that well and the healing grenades, and I just feel safe on this class. So regardless of what challenge is being thrown at me, I feel like I can outplay whether it's PvP or PvE enemies on this class the most often. I think that the healing rift for PvE is invaluable. I think that Devour is just going to be a lot of fun to play with, and if there's some fragments that maybe make the Nova Bomb a little bit stronger, or just let me min-max and choose a couple different things. I like the top tree for certain reasons, and I like the bottom tree for other reasons, but being able to mix and match and get what I want, gives me the most excitement overall. I like the idea of Devour, but I also want to have some crazy grenades if possible. And so the Void 3.0 for the Warlock has me more excited than the others by a long shot because I've always felt that there's one or two things missing. One or two things that I can't fully unlock the potential of these classes with the exotics that are in game and kind of focused towards ability regen and Nova Bomb and things like that. On top of that, I have some pretty crazy gear on the Warlock. I've got a lot of different options, and I can spec into Strength. I can spec into Intellect, and I just feel like I have a lot of build potential with the Warlock overall, and I feel like I can just get started doing these builds right away. Because even on some of these exotics, I guess I didn't pull them out of my dim. I've got like 5 Claws of Ahamkara. I've got like 3 Apotheosis Veils. I got 3 skulls with different stats on them, right? I've got a mobility one. I've got a high discipline one. And so I just feel like I can equip some of these things and get testing with them. And I don't know, abuse the strengths quicker than the other classes. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's my decision. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.